damage profile out for Red, and they might end up lacking as the game stretches on.
Sure, but I will say I do think this is a bit of a bulldoze ball lane, Trajan. I see a bull, and Rebello and Frosty are going to be very, very happy with this. They've got a pretty good burst at 6 as well.
By the stun, Samus has an ult as well. There's no other teammates for Red, but in comes Doom, but he's flashed away from him. Doom looking for the stun, draws the attention of the Wukong, and now in comes Frosty up the river, but Trimby and Morteus have the first move, first blood for Miryu. Now Rebello abandoned on bot side, has to flash himself away, but a flashing by Trimby follows. In comes the CC, Frosty's there for the stuns, gonna get the burst down on the Senna. Can they get the trade back in the any carry? They can't! And VKS come out huge across. FNB, we can still see comfortably laning against the Scion. As I say that though, we're dropping TPs, we're hard committing. Now he has a flash to use. Trimby and Miryu come through, he drops the red carpet, but everybody piles in, and there's just nowhere left to go.
And meanwhile, Morteus is in mid lane as well, so it's not like Kate are really dropping that much CS by allowing Miryu to TP into this bot lane and now kind of just pound away at this turret if he wants to try and get a plate. Instead, they're just trying to zone control, remove that ward for now. Kate, once again, they're just collapsing faster, better. They're playing more as a team, which I think really suits them, and it's good news. When you've got a team fight...
They're trying to get that pick before they start the objective.
Okay, and they might find it as Red. Doom is sat on top of the ward. He's clearing it, so he knows it's there, but he doesn't know where VKS is.
Now he's seen them, and in comes the CC chain again. The Pantheon with no flash left, and the CC is just too much. Jungler down. 5 kills to none for Cade.
I just feel like there's a fire sale or something going on. It's the early phase of the game. We're looking at 12 minutes where Cade might want to start grouping up. The moment first break goes down, that's when I think Red are good.
Time running out for VKS to deliver on that promise, and time running out for Red in this game to keep control of it, or it might slip out of their hands. Bit of damage down onto Miryu from Kaze, but again, not even as much as the Scion could do, to be fair, in that bot lane. Both top laners still with a TP to come in here. Red, they want to contest. Frosty especially has been finding so many picks and CC setups, but just has not been able to make them work. Another seismic shove onto Trimby, and Cade Stars now maybe being given a little pause around this Herald.
Yeah, but Trimby, I mean, tanking that without even touching the Unbreakable, that's a decent sign. The base, not so much. Is Cade going to give this one up for free? They have a ward in there, so Trimby cancels his back for now. Bull has teleport, has his unstoppable onslaught, and here's the TP coming through from Area.
This will be a long, slow take by Doom if that's the choice. Rebello now stepping in. VKS coalesce on the top side. Trimby getting sped up by the Senna. Doesn't quite find the knock-up. Knockback. There goes the Unbreakable. TP's in from both top sides. The FNB with the red carpet to lay down. Could completely stall VKS as the Herald is taken. Rebello drops the ultimate. Red thinking about a little more. Bowl completely untouched. The ultimate from Rumble comes down, and a Senna as well to fire back. There's Miryu in with the anti-damage. Samus to follow. And it's a meat grinder for VKS in the river. Red get 4 for 0'd.
Morteus heard Rebello got a penta yesterday, and I was like, nah, I'll take the triple today. FNB might be in trouble as well. Stun runs down.
Oh, where are we? Why are we over here, my buddy? What are we doing up there by the tower? Miryu and Trimby pick up the final piece. And them to punch through ball right now. Not when Kaze doesn't have his Leandries. Not when Rebello's going this build. Not when Doom has been so effectively shut out. They will use the Herald to crack top. They're actually going to go for the double charge as well. Rebello stepping aggressively forward, gets knocked up. Trimby on the side, pulled in with the Magnet Storm. Headbutts away that rail. Second charge secured. FNB looking for a little bit more on the ulted Alistair. Redemption comes down to keep him healthy. Frosty knocked up now. All of Red piling in. They want that first kill, and they will find it. But where's the response? The Samus in the backline flanking on the carries, and suddenly it's turned on its head. VKS, they hold fast. They get fed even more kills. And the desperation dive by Red Canids just digs them deeper into the hole.
Unfortunately for Doom, trying to wish upon a falling star didn't work. He didn't even go up, much less get the falling part of it. And Red, I appreciate what Red was trying to do. I do think that's actually not the wrong call to go for that top side play. It's just Cade is so far ahead right now that even in a 3v4 situation, they were still able to answer back. They were able to stall, and they were able
to... 3 minutes till the next one. And look, that's a gold lead you see when the Nexus explodes.
Sure, yeah, and this is before Baron is even taken, because Baron has now been pushed back to 25 minutes. When Baron gets taken, that's when I think we're really going to see this game accelerate. Frosty has no chill, is getting melted by fire here.
He's got the shield, got the heal, he's going to survive it at least, so that's something. The Samus now waiting for a possible second angle, but Red will at least get their support out of the dodge.
Yeah, but it's looking rough, Trajan. I'm going to be honest. I don't really see Red coming back into this one without a massive throw from Cade. And give Cade credit, they've not been throwing. Kaze, however, does he get out too?
Stunned up, slowed again, got the shield. Okay. Miryu steps in for that mid 1v1 matchup. You're not leaving the gaps open.
Nope, and Doom's not even close enough. Like, yes, he's got a pseudo global, but it's really, really far away. Again, Frosty gets tagged by Miryu, but again, focus right now is on Atakan. They're going to let Frosty walk away yet again. Cade, like you've said, playing it very squeaky clean, Trajan. There's just no avenues for it to come back in, and that's why I don't believe that Red can really come back in this game. I think this is one of those where, like, okay, it's a Talker's game one, right? He's sacking a lot of power picks. We'll let this one go. Martez the snipe from base. Yeah. Was it needed? No,
I think Red are not feeling super shook by this. This is one of those games you just write off. They're going to catch on to Trimby right here with the knockground combo, but there's the Alistar ultimate. They can't even get that done. And Frosty ends up paying the price. You can see the smirk on his face as well. Miryu wants a little more. Look for the carries, gets stunned up. Nice combo, actually. And there's a little bit of punish for Red to get some gold back on their side. But Morteus still harrying them through the jungle, and VKS keep pushing.
Yeah, that's a huge bounty Miryu gave over. 600 and change was what he ended up giving over. But Kate don't care. They're so far ahead at this point. And okay, Kaze again over
there's a flash, and we'll have to burn it. But yeah, whenever Red tries to leave the safety of a tower, it seems like VKS have a goon squad waiting where they need it, and Red just cannot get their way through this vision line to see an eye on the objective as the rest of the map just crumbles around them. Meanwhile, VKS still have extra vision on the other side of the map, tracking where the jungler is.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Red will go for like one big last Hail Mary at the rate this game is going, because yeah, they can't walk in there, so like just go for all the globals coming in at the same time. Maybe you try and catch the backline. Nope, but it's Trimby finally engages.
Trimby's in. The Sentinel doesn't get the damage, but Sion rocketing into the backline. Doom going for the deep dive, but there's just no assistance. Miryu with the ult and Tipper's just taken down Rebello. He's so low, but he will survive. Only Doom left on the floor after that play.
You know what? I salute Doom for doing that, at least. Like, Doom
devolving into just a seeming impossibility. Or I guess we'll have to wait for, for the bot lane to just get murked once again. That's fine. Doom is also going to get stunned up. Trimby's going to follow him down. He's got the stun stacking up. Disarmer's actually going to commit the flash and the ultimate just to be sure. But RMC, what do we need to see from Red this game?
At least we didn't have to wait too long. That was pretty fast.
Yeah.
This game, there's nothing we can't see, Trajan. It was kind of over the moment they messed up the Herald. The first fight was kind of bad enough on the bot side, but when they committed to a full 5v5 on that top side after getting Herald, that's when you knew things were kind of done. We talked about it. If they can win with this drop, Red is taking a much more complex, tougher to execute composition. And if they can win with it, then yeah, I think they're good for the series. Them losing is not that big a surprise. Them losing by this big a margin is not even that big a surprise to me, because in the South, we're much better at team fighting than we are anything else. This was a more complicated sort of side lane composition with a lot of global and macro. Bo finally brings the big hammer down on Kaze. We saw this, was it 10 minutes ago, where Bo half health Kaze. Fast forward 10,000 gold in 10 minutes.
VKS have been swift and merciless in the punish. 26 minutes on the clock. We're 3 dragons deep for them. All the outer towers have now been
strong pool as well. Now we've got Pantheon and Wukong taken out. If we're talking about the Jungle Triumvirate, there's only Xin Zhao left, and Xin Zhao is not your typical team fighter. He doesn't facilitate the team fight. He's actually about breaking up the team fight and stopping the range damage from coming through. More of a tanky frontline or a disruptor. The Annie is gone, something that counters a lot of Kaze specialty picks, things like the Akali, the Zed, the assassin-esque picks, and Sion. There's no other champion quite like him. At best, you're looking at maybe Ornn to do something similar, but Ornn doesn't scale to infinity either. Maybe Cho'Gath, who can scale up, but isn't as tanky, can't lane quite as well.
Yeah, for sure. We know that FMB has been pulling some mean Cho'Gath games as well in this split, so potentially a contesting angle right there as the inhibs do topple. VKS using their Baron with pretty high level of efficiency right now. They're not even going to wait for the third one. They're just going to start working on the Nexus, and they just don't do any damage. They've got a stun on Miryu. They can try and burst him down. There is enough damage for Frosty to get it over the line. Answered back now on the backside. Kaze trying to do what he can. Rebello using the safety of the towers as Doom tries to scrabble his way back to the tower. Knocks Bolt into the fountain, which doesn't even do anything to him. And meanwhile, the Nexus exposed. VKS sweep aside Red in game number 1. A lot of the sting out of the Nico engage, the Akali ultimate as well. There's a huge amount of work that can be done with Bard in this game, but again, execution very much. Samus already finished off the bottom one. And now maybe looking for a mid 2v2 right now. Again, this could be pretty pivotal. You don't want to let Miryu get rolling. Desamis now is behind the lines. Trimby's coming up too. Frosty is nowhere near. Kaze with a lovely little backstep avoids giving that damage. Doom there with a combination to start this one off. But here comes Trimby, and now it's just not playable. Bowl coming up to goal keep from topside, and first blood into Desamis' pocket.
And just like that, a single Drake. It's not ideal, but it's a start.
It is a start. Now, Desamis is going to try and get into range right here. Knocked up by FMB, in fact. They're going to try and force the play. Kazi is going to come down right here. All out used by the Cassante. Doom finishing off the Dragon. Bard Portal to get FMB out of there. He's trying to buy some time. A little bit of a heal comes in just in time, but Morteus still tags him with a rain of arrows. And Miryu is back.
No.
Tags onto Doom. Hunting him down. Still has doesn't have the ultimate, I should say. But Kazi trying to get away. Just out of range of the Varus arrow. And Red only lose one, but this time they at least get the Dragon for the price.
Frosty's not out of danger yet. There we go. Nice, easy, magical journey up the wall. What happened to FMB?
Yeah, just Frosty moment.
Yeah, it's just Bard things on the Bard player. They just go in. It's always safe to get out, right? He does still have the flash available. Oh, the turnaround.
Oh, coming back in on Trimby. The flash is there. Doesn't quite have the ultimate. Does he have the speed to get there? Doom drops the Cataclysm on his head. And Red gets something on the board. Cost them arguably the entire dang thing with how badly it went. Doom working on the second Drake right here, but VKS stepping into the river. They're going to look for it. Kazi's going to have the first move over Miryu, it must be said. Frosty might be caught out. The Bard ult to slow them down. Trimby will only get the ult onto one. In comes the Bard kill for Varus, and now Rebella running for his life. Doom has been caught out. Double for Morteus. Kaze trying to flash away. Doesn't get picked by the execution, but the Dragon taken as well. And can the tower keep this all around alive? A lovely shockwave gets into Rave. There's the fight back we wanted from the red mid laner. But the Varus arrow will basically do the deed. Trimby locking up, and here we go again, Arms. Super tied up right now. We're not looking buttoned up and ready to go in this second game. They're going to steal away this red buff, but VKS have got to see these mistakes, and they've got to be licking their lips right now.
Yeah. Oh, looking like he's caught up, but he's mega.
He's going to time out. There's a TP into that bot side. FMB not channeling. Now he does, but Doom is way into the backline. Is this a good spot to be in? Miryu is in there. Trimby doesn't get knocked up. Miryu now threatening onto Frosty. FMB, can he keep Akali off their backs? He can't do it. In down goes the bot laners. Bowl dropping lower and lower. FMB looking for the kill, but Morteus around the corner is doing crazy damage on the Varus. And FMB just cannot reach Bowl, who dances out of reach. And once again, VKS in the fight, completely outclassed Red.
And this fight, Trajan, was a 3v5. Like, this Samus wasn't... Okay, call it a 4v5, because Bull was there to start, and Bull did do a lot of damage. Morteus came in kind of late. They're not done yet. Miryu wants more.
Kazi with no flash. Miryu with no ultra flash himself. Frosty's come around the corner, and Doom is here. There's a tower just about alive. Red looks like they want to consider scrapping over it, but they've got to be careful of the threat from this Akali, who finally has picked up some gold. Now 3-1-3. And on this top...
Akali is always the focus of the game, and Miryu is making it happen yet again.
Oh, Doom looks for a play. Miryu already into the backside. Kaze under threat. The perfect execution doesn't quite make it work. Tries to escape. Trimby there to pick up the final kill. Doom through the Bard portal into the ultimate as well. Surely we are just delaying the inevitable here, and VKS now the ones taking aggressive stances. It seems like Red have been the one making plays.
No excuses for it this time. Like, last game, their combo is really iffy. This is the LTA South bread and butter. Like, where if you can't execute this comp, I am very, very concerned. And right now, Frost has a 100% hit rate on the Tempered Fate, but has a 0% impact rate. It's not helping his team right now. This Bard pick is one of Frosty's sort of specials, if you will. It's one of his comfort picks. It's something that he normally does a lot on. And all I can think is, maybe it's the format. Red, this is their third straight best of 5 that they have to play this weekend to make a shot to the finals. They played through the lower bracket a lot more comfortable, and they don't make as many mistakes. They're playing pretty good, clean macro and just not giving teams opportunities to get back into that. We see Trimby now looking for the pick, and Rebello... Can he get away? I don't think Trimby's going to let him.
Flash from Trimby to follow. Gets the Corky Flash as well. The Bard portal to stall the play. Miryu on the flank. Doom's going to spot him. Sidesteps the Varus portal. Miryu dragged back over to the tower, following the Shuriken flip as Kaze, abandoned in the jungle corridor, tries to get the shockwave. Can't even complete the animation. 2 more kills drop down for VKS, and now they can move towards bot lane.
Yeah, and it's Miryu getting himself into dicey situations, but it's Red paying the price. Like, he went in for a second to think, oh no, Miryu's under a turret. But it's Kaze who ends up dropping dead.
Now we are seeing them completely dominate Red Canids so far, having done so to Pain, having done so to Furia. No one seems able to stop this train right now. The Atakan will be taken as Red look to mount a last-ditch effort to contest it. FMB TPing in, now he's got the tower. They're looking for Miryu once again. Frosty takes a fair bit of damage. FMB looking for to rejoin the team right here. Varus ult lands, Trimby gets a couple of members. The Bard ult once again stalls the play as Trimby now tries to get out to safety. Desamus already picking up that first kill as Doom goes down. FMB flashing away, but VKS refuse to let go of their ankles, diving deeper. Miryu going further and further. The Shroud gets the Akali out. Frosty and Rebello, the bot lane, the last alive, and Frosty strolls back to base. There is nothing more for you to do here. Cross-conference play, but in this matchup against VKS, they are getting outmaneuvered at every stage. Once again, they step into their jungle to try and contest another objective. But why would this go any different? RMC Doom has maybe found Morteus out on his own. Trimby tries to slow the rotation, but Rebello's already got that first kill. Frosty likely to go down, but the rotation from VKS only serves up another death. Bowl now is under threat. Miryu on the flank. Rebello has to stay safe. In goes Doom to try and push him back, but gets chopped to pieces by the Akali as Kaze's been zoned out on the bot side of the play. FMB with an all-out gets Miryu out of there, but Bowl now hunting with the boomerangs. Rebello doing what he can, but Bowl will simply take the 1v1, and Kaze has to run himself into the execute.
At least he gets the execute. Right? And that fight starts about as well as you can hope for. They instantly burst out Morteus. Miryu's late to the fight, and I actually...
Sakali has wasted so much of Red's time in this game. They've expended flashes, summoners, gank timings, trying to get a kill on this champion. And they've only found one in 26 minutes. And here we go again with the kills on the backline. An attempted play completely folds under the pressure of Cade Stars. Double for Akali, and they keep pushing through top.
He was already dead, Trimby. We didn't need to do that to him. It's so brutal watching Red.
Rebello just had damage to follow up. There wasn't even a shockwave involved.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's looking dark for Red. And like you said, I think a lot of this comes down to sort of comfort champions. For Kaze, the Orianna is good. It's not like Kaze can't play Orianna. I know the laning looked really bad.
Shoved back by the Cade Stars with no issue whatsoever as multiple Baron waves crashing in. They've got one prepped on top side if they want to rotate up there as well. But Red are just trying to hold on in this second game. They are 13.5k down, and we're 27 minutes in. We're starting a worrying trend, RMC, with these finals being crushed. As Bowl goes in, cannot get his hands onto Rebello. Locked in the Cataclysm, knocked back as well. That's going to be that first kill. Trimby though is there. The Bard ultimate completely neutralizes it. They do still find the kill onto Doom. Rebello dropping low. Kaze looking for a way out. Miryu in from the flank. Flies in. Touches every target in the backline and executes Frosty to put a stamp on the fight, put a bow on this game, and push us to 2-0. One win away from locking that world slot.
And for Cade, again, let's reiterate, it's a world... Yes, the stakes are high. It's a world spot. It's a Texas ticket. But for Vivo Cade Stars, for the second oldest...
And then Kaze with a little bit of engage potential, with a kind of semi-frontlining ability with the health and the shielding and the kind of time wasting with phase rush. So it's a pretty weird comp.
Sort of significant lead, ideally by the 7-minute mark. We're 8 seconds away from that. Doom is up 5 CS. That is nothing. He's not found a kill. Maybe this is it.
Oh, here we go. Tries to get that blast cone to Samus, one tick away. Doom just finish it off, brother. First blood secured. And there it is for the Red Canids Nidalee. Finally something on the board. I think this is the first time Red's gotten first.
With Bowl and Miryu here, this might be contestable for Cade Stars.
Frosty walking through the lane. Doesn't have ult just yet, as Bowl is quite deep on that front line, actually. Slices his way out of the Yorick cage. And Red, so far, being allowed to take the first crack at these grubs. But here comes the reposition. VKS looking to coalesce and make a second run out at the Trundle Pillar. Locks Kaze out. 2 grubs down. Doom with the choice to jump over the pit if he wants to. Trimby, though, with a max range spear. Drops super low, and Kaze with the ultimate onto Bowl, trying to cut off the route back to the tower. A blast cone, is it enough to get him away? The flash, then the blink misses again! Kaze gets in there with the rune prism, but now VKS have had time to group up again. And Red back away. Frosty continuing to miss these critical skill shots, slowing the pace of Red down. contesting the blue buff. VKS still with plenty to offer. Ball pretty
There we
low.
go.
Morteus ultimate. Leona getting shredded down right here. Takes him all the way to zeros. Morteus with the kill. Blue buff secure. Trimby pretty low. Red see blood in the water. They're looking for a little bit more. They're diving in. Kaze gets one. Doom tries to get out, but he can't make it to safety. Ball getting choked down, and this time FNB receives the credit.
A 2-for-2 at the end of it, and Cade was just baiting the entire time around the blue buff. The fact that Red has gotten way better at fighting with this squad, but their objective control is still kind of hit or miss. Like, when they're winning, they take objectives very, very quickly, most of the time. When they're losing, though, they often struggle to get anything. This game is one of those rare games where Red are ahead, and they're still not going for it. They still rather try and snowball the gold advantages they do have. I don't hate the idea for their composition when I'm not sold that they're going to scale significantly or meaningfully in any way, but it is kind of not great to see them kind of neutral lane states and Doom not going for this early dragon.
At least we can now see Red get to approach the mid-game plays on an even keel, more or less gold. Even, a gold from a gold advantaged position, in fact. And perhaps they'll be able to do a little bit more without an early game that has come crashing around their ears before they could even get ults on board. As the dragon now picked up, Doom is going to take that, or not flash away, I should say. FNB flashes away, and Bol and Asamus drop the pillar and simply run out of there.
I'm just so curious, what made Doom stop the recall? Like, I don't think they hopped out of bush just yet. Just some sort of third sense meant that Doom didn't get caught. Oh, he might be caught now.
Oh dear, Doom in the wrong side of town. FNB trying to desperately get back to hell, but Nidalee is not long for this world. The Subjugate gets the job done, but Kaze and Frosty ulted in right now, back into a 2 versus 3. Bol trying to get locked down. Samus flashing away from Frosty's ult. And FNB will be able to make this the 1-for-1 at the cost of the Rise ultimate.
Yeah, but it's a lot of resources coming in by Red Canids. I've complained before that Cade Stars was collapsing faster, and Red just felt like they weren't playing for the team necessarily, and a lot.
Yeah, they've got no TPs to answer it, and VKS will get that credit. It's going to take a big chunk out of that gold advantage. FNB going to match it on that bottom side. But ultimately, that is a feat of turret destruction going over to VKS as well. Feat of warfare for Red, and now it's all about the objectives. Kaze is ulted into top lane. In fact, did he know Trimby was there? Doom's around the corner. Kaze can tank a little bit of damage. Samus around the corner as well. Frosty coming in. Can they get the Rise out? Tries to flash over the wall. Shepherding him almost to safety, but the pillar blocks him in place. And Miryu finds it. Rebello over the wall looking for more, but it's a 4 versus 3. Do you even want to bother? Doom doesn't get over the wall. It's a disaster for the Nidalee. And Samus picks up another VKS.
Edu over there. Cade picked him up. So Cade have the grub advantage. Plus Herald? Oh, Frosty.
Frosty in a bit of a bind right now. Good stun combo, but there's one from Bol to follow it up, and Trimby can get in there. FNB doing what he can. But that's not that much. Frosty with no dashes to get to safety. Caught too deep on the bot side of the map.
Mentals on Red, and we've not seen that this series. It feels like when Red falls behind, they stay behind. Now they're looking to try and get the gank squad onto Mirror here.
Samus making a play on top set onto Kaze with a TP in from Bol, but Miryu doesn't manage to sidestep the spear. There's no turret for him, likely to be caught out. Doom and FNB will make this work. Can Kaze do the same on top side? Desperately trying to escape. No ult, no flash, doing what damage he can. Pops the phase rush, but Bol is just sticking to him, refusing to let him pass. And both top jungles find their man on either side. What is the answer for Red? The inhib might be at risk here.
Yeah, and okay, Bol is going to take it into the inhibitor turret as well. If the Samus was around, Trundle's a great turret taker. We focus a lot on Yorick for taking structures, but Trundle's kind of up there with him, which is an interesting dynamic. Okay, we're back to the mid lane.
Morteus getting flashed on, desperately trying to escape. Doom can't hit the spear. Morteus with no summoners, but still holds the ult. VKS's bot lane survives. Now the top side, Bol is threatening on the other side of this play as well. Dashes into the Baron Pit, will likely be able to escape. TP into mid lane. VKS trying to hold on to this mid lane inner, or outer I should say. And Red, they've simply got to back away. They can't find it.
I love that Bol was thinking about it too. Feeling strong and know how to play with this lead.
Now with a 1.5k lead to play with. Normally this is them at about 7 minutes, and by 19 they're normally about 7k ahead, but they are going to be happy with this one, likely to extend it even more, as once again the rotations, they've always got the man advantage. Rebello dashes into a Realm Warp, but Frosty once again no such luck, just cannot find a play away. If Red want to split push and try and break VKS apart, that's great, but right now they are suffering by how well VKS are playing together.
And they're not quite set up in position.
Oh,
Frosty gets picked.
that's a risky way to go back to your tower, buddy. In comes the Victor stun. Frosty's going to survive at least, and the culling does a fair bit of work onto the Samus and Trimby. TP's coming in from red. FNB's not going to be able to get that split push on, and struggling to make headway in this mid lane fight. Red looking for more. Frosty finally gets the Zenith Blade down, and Morteus doesn't have the Summoners, remember. Desperately tries to escape, but Kaze grabs him with the spreading Q. And finally, they'll get a big kill. Red, are we about to hard send it onto the Atakan? You've barely had a window like this all game. He's pretty big. He's got the Stride Breaker. He's a big, scary lizard right now. Rebello's trying to keep him out, trying to get him a poke damage. Dominus is there. VKS holding fast, waiting for their moment. Atakan dropping lower. Desamus can't find his way in. Red has it secured. Bull threatening on the side. Flashes in for the stun. And there's the follow by Trimby with the knockup. Bull can dice them down. Rebello's the first to fall as FNB. Picked apart by Desamus and Miryu. Red at least have managed to get one back. Bull suffers and drops down for a second. Kaze now looking to ult. They're looking to get the 2 versus 3, but they've got to respect the Victor. Flashes away. Can't get the stuns. Desamus trying to escape, but Doom is there ready. A heal can't keep him alive. And Red Canids finally break back in this series.
Is this what Red needed to bounce back? Trojan Kaze
he was everywhere in that play, and 5, 2, and 3 now is going to start to become a real threat on this rise. Maybe he can get some of the agency he needs. Frosty, the target once again, the knock-up with double stasis, completely neutralizes the threat. Lovely timing by Doom and Kaze to dodge the Morteus bullet time, and now they can walk onto the dragon without that threat.
Yeah, and that bullet time, we talked about the fact that coming out of laning phase at first, Morteus was the only one with the right items, with the lead to have him the freebie on Trimby, but they also get Cloud Soul points, and that's going to be impactful for their composition. Movement speed for a comp that doesn't necessarily want a team fight can do a lot of work.
FNB greeted for the last hit on the control ward, and is gonna be greeted with death for it. I could see him waiting. I was like, just don't hit the control ward, man. It's not worth it.
Of Red's rebellion in this particular series, their comebackness, their ability to stay in the lead. If that mid-outer turret falls, then that signals to me that Cade has found ways to kind of come back into this a little bit.
For Bowl, they've got the CC chain right to set up that Nidalee Spear, and Bowl gonna get picked apart. Red, Kaze picking up another one. He was the first to level 16 just a moment ago. And Bowl struggling a little more in this game on the Renekton, struggling to find the impact that he had in game 1 and 2.
Interestingly, Red not opting to sit around on that bot side. They just roamed up to the mid, thinking about threatening a dive while they were waiting for the waves to walk back in. Trajan, if this turret goes down on this wave, then finally Red will have gotten the lead back again. Because despite all these picks we've been seeing, despite the fact that Red has won that Atakan fight, won the subsequent fight as well, they're still down gold. And here we go. I wish it showed us a gold graph, because this despite us not really having seen his Chaos Storm, I feel like, in the last couple of big fights.
FNB, is he going to check this brush and find Bowl? Bowl finds him, that's for sure. They don't know where this Renekton is. They've got the sweeper on Bowl to see them. Somebody check this. Kaze's going to find him. Okay, can they go for the full commit onto the rise? Who doesn't have the... He does have the Zhonya's now. He stays alive just for now, and he flashes to safety. Decimus looks for a little bit more, but Morteus is completely split off. VKS, they've used the big button. They didn't get the kill, and they back away to reposition.
No, and the only casualty is Blue Buff going the way of Cade to start things off, but the run back after the TP coming in from Kaze, he's not fully healed yet, should be enough by the time TP is completed. And Miryu trying to answer, but Miryu doesn't feel as threatening without that Chaos Storm.
Hasn't completed the Void Staff just yet either. Couldn't get that third item completed. Now the Zhonya's will still be down for Kaze and no flash. He's got to stay safe. Rebello getting chunked down. Morteus, yes, he's used the ultimate, but he still does a heck of a lot of damage. And Red struggling to get control over this river. The Victor lasers, the Qs from MF, they're hard to break through, and looks like they're giving it up.
Yeah, they've just been zoned out with a 1k gold lead, with the fact that Kaze came back in. But to be fair, they're taking their time. They had gone for the turrets instead. In the bot side, they're still... Are those grubs or are those Yorick minions? Those are Yoricools.
I think they're Yorick minions, I believe, coming through right here, because it's two grubs for VKS, so there will be no grubbies for Red on this day. But they will get that turret, so trading gold for that inconsequential Cloud Drake for VKS. They try to back away. And the Baron is now live, remember everybody, at this point in the game. So the vision control will be important there. Kaze threatening onto Trimby, they catch him! Stepping too close to a dark brush. Kaze still threatening, ults to reposition, has to keep himself alive. Desamus on the front line, under pressure. Morteus drops a bullet time, but flashed away. Doom with a lovely Zhonya's and a flash to get him away, but surely will not escape to safety. Jungler down, Chaos Storm growing by the second, and FNB now trying to get away. Kaze will try to keep him alive, but steps too close to Ball. Bull has the phase rush and the shield to speed his way to safety. VKS hungering for more. They've got the health advantage. Flash in for Bull, and the critical Kaze is eliminated.
And just like that, junglers have been removed from the board cover from that teleport. K-Stars had the inner track on Baron, but is now being forced out, and Red getting in there, double ward in the bush. They really want eyes on K-Stars.
And Red currently have eyes on them as well in that brush. They couldn't clear it out. Bowl has coalesced with them, and Red has to be careful here. But if we're looking for the engage options, Trimby doesn't have a flash selected, but he does have ultimate, and Doom's on his own. Trapped in the Baron pit, doesn't have flash in the last play, and exhausted Doom with no business being in that area of the map. Loses the stasis and still falls VKS with a snap Baron call.
Yeah, and why not? There's no jungler, there's no smite steal. Sure, Frosty has unsealed spell, but doesn't have smite right now. Going for the back door. I appreciate the call, but the TP is being channeled by Miri already.
Frosty's trying to stop them. Frosty's trying to stop whoever he can. I think Morteus hasn't been able to get back there. Red are going for the Hail Mary, but Bowl and Miri, you can keep them out of there. There's so much wave clear between them. FNB doing what he can. He's got the inhib at least, and VKS now have a very slow Baron call to take. And Red will step away. They got some teleports, they got the inhib, really all they could hope for in that play, but still Doom with a critical misstep at this point in the series.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Red Canids, sure, they Hailed Mary, but she left them on Red. She don't care. And for them, they were in a winning position, Trajan, but it's going worse and worse for them. The comp is coming back to bite them. Remember we said this comp is not good at team
rush control. VKS in control of that bottom side of the river now. Trimby goes in aggressively, kind of a bit risky, surely. Looking for a bellow right now as there's the follow-up. Frosty's getting chunked down at least, and Desavis can get the damage down. Rebello with a culling. Can't break through Trimby. Bull on the flank looking for the Lucian, but can't get it. And where's the assistance from Red? The other carries are just pushing out the side lanes. VKS swarm over them in bot jungle.
Do you fault them? We've said it before, this comp is not for the team fight. FNB on Yorick split pushing is his natural habitat. That's what you pick this for. Kaze split pushing, okay, a little bit more questionable, but he's at least got mobility spells, and now Bo bouncing back and forth. They'll lose the inner turrets, but they will stop the push. And meanwhile, Red are going to find an inner in the bot side with their Baron as well. They're going to find themselves a second Drake. Take that.
FNB looking to take up his post on the bot side. Will be discovered by Desamis. Miri and Morteus around the corner. Red need to be careful here. They've got their own members in place, but a flash away needed from Yorick. Trimby and Bowl trying to flank. Rebello distracted there, but watch out for this Renekton. Rebello trying to dance around them, but has to flash where the culling goes the wrong direction. Rebello will still find the kill onto Trimby. They've got one. Bowl flashing away, but surely Kaze can lock this lizard down. 2 kills for Red. Now again, this isn't going to mean too much, surely, if the rest looks at the focus on mid lane turret. 10 seconds on Trimby. FNB shepherding in the wave, threatening for a flank as well, trying to split the VKS focus. Instantly Red start up on that mid turret. The minions clocking away on the inhibitor. Trimby is now alive. Doesn't have the ultimate, but has someone to try and get in for a W. One inhib falls. The second as well. They get the knock up onto Kaze. The second's actually still alive, and now VKS trying to force it. Bo with TP if he gets out of the base alive in 5 seconds. But the inhibitors are both alive? How has that happened? FNB drops the spade down on Trimby and knocks him back, but VKS have got to be thanking their lucky stars. They still have those structures.
That is disgusting, and inhibs do regenerate over time, up to a certain amount, but that's what you have to keep an eye on in the fights. If Rebello is being zoned out like this, the fights get a lot simpler for Cade, because the only big threat you're looking at the point is Kaze.
The pillar is dropped to the realm warp, Kaze has to get to safety. He doesn't have TP, doesn't have flash. My man is just dead. You can see FNB instantly goes to try and get the counter push in mid, but this is just before the Baron and the Dragon RMC.
And we're just talking about simplifying the game to make Kaze the only target. Well, Kaze's gone! Red don't have teamfight damage! Rebello is not going to be able to get in there.
He's got to get 2. FNB has got to find both these inhibs, but what's the choice for VKS? We have to get the Baron or something. Doom's now been caught, trying to carry them. Decent damage from Rebello, but again, you don't want to give more kills out. If you lose too many members, VKS might start pushing for the base. FNB now trying to escape from Bowl. The 1v1 going pretty okay for him, and if Red can get themselves away, he's actually going for the TP. Gonna get stunned up. FNB survives, and this will likely just be the Drake. But could be a Baron as well, depending on if my man can get out of that TP. And no one's gonna stop the recall. So the Soul continues to elude Red, and they're TPing into this Baron. They're gonna go for it all.
Yeah, here's the play that they didn't dare to make when FNB was bodying Bowl in a 1v1 on the bot side. They couldn't start up the Baron, but now that they've managed to push FNB away, they're looking for this. Kaze has respawn, no realm warp, no teleport. He's got to walk in the good old-fashioned way. There's no boss gun.
Frosty trying to check it. Maybe would look for a Hail Mary ult steal, but is going to hold it on for now. VKS, second Baron of the game. Going to look better.
I love how FNB just did his best tower roleplay. He just stood there like he was the tower.
Yeah.
And between the Maiden and his ghouls, they were actually clearing waves for a little bit before the rest of Cade Stars joined up. Yeah, the push is really slow. There's only a minute left on Baron, by the way. And the mid lane with wave clear we're seeing come through from Red is sufficient. There's also the threat of an engage while Bull was down bot.
VKS picks up that first turret. Bull shepherding in that bot wave, as you say. Kaze looking if there's action to be had on the flank, but now the inhibs under fire. Mirror stepping up the lasers, chunking across Red. The first turret falls. That's going to surely be an inhib. Red are happy to give them the respect they deserve, but FNB deep under that turret. Bull's trying to get a play started, perhaps, with the Maiden slowing them down. Frosty threatening with the ultimate as well. Rebello on the front line needs to be very careful, and Red looking for opportunities, but VKS stands strong.
Rebello drops a culling. Miru drops a laser. Miru did more damage. That is not okay, but that's the ball.
Rebello's cool. He's trying to flash away. Loses the barrier as well. Red can breathe a sigh of relief that he even survives at all, but VKS now threatening the Nexus turrets. FNB getting chunked down as the Baron waves continue to crash in. Kaze, what can this Rise do? He's been instrumental for them. Morteus taking a couple of chunks here and there. Frosty's in, but doesn't get purchased onto him. Cleanser, Morteus keeps him alive. Doom dives in for safety. Trimby goes down first. Bowl into the dark life. Rebello's already lost his summoners. Doom does find the kill. Kaze can maybe make it work. Red, 2 versus 2 for the world's ticket to keep running the series. And they stand strong in the base. GA for Bull. FNB locks him in the cage, and Kaze will surely be able to finish him off. Red are battered and bruised, but they live still.
The super, can he take the turret? No! Kaze with the wave clear Trajan. What is this game? This feels like a game.
FNB wants to do it. There it goes. Miryu, he's committing for it. FNB's going to TP his way right back. They're going to lose the soul for this, but Miryu surely will not be able to get the win. What are we doing? Okay, we're back into live. FNB and Bo, if they can get onto Miryu, this could be massive for them. Kaze's isolated on the other side, though. Both mid laners surely will get caught out here. Rebello falls too. It's going to be mid and top lane for mid and bot lane, but Red are still just about alive. VKS, you've got no Baron. They could peel back for the soul.
Yeah, I think they're just going to fall back and take up the console. But such an interesting fight here but without the flash, he actually doesn't have much threat onto Morteus. And Doom
still going to stream into this battered Nexus, and Kaze, he has to go back there with no TP this time as the Baron is live. VKS holding the cards as Red maybe a little caught in the jungle. Doom on the wrong side of the pillar trying to escape. He's not going to get out of there. And they find the pick onto Rebello as well. VKS surely can't end this game with a simple pick in the jungle.
Yes, they can, Trajan, and they're looking for it. Bo now leading the charge. It's a 5v3. Those turrets, the Nexus turret respawned, I believe, but because of the bug, we can't see the health. Trimby going in.
Last defense was a hero play. This has to be a miracle play. 3v5. FNB's threatening onto Morteus, but Kaze's being dived under the turrets. Frosty falls as well, and Vivo Cade Stars will fulfill the prophecy of CL. They shot for the moon, and now the LTA South trophy has landed amongst the stars.
11.5 years, Trajan, since Cade last hoisted the trophy, and they'll